So I have got a question for you. Would it be helpful if I showed you how to put all the pieces of the puzzle together that you've learnt so far from all of the interviews? Now, there has been a lot of amazing things that have been shared, and I've had a number of people message me and ask me, Gavin, how in the world are we supposed to implement everything that we've learned? And I totally understand, I totally get it, because online network marketing is it's like a 100-piece jigsaw puzzle. You've got some of the pieces, but many of the pieces are missing. There's no picture on the front of the box, so you don't know exactly what it is that you're building. And you want a simple process so you can combine everything together, so you can be like the people that I've been interviewing. I call them networking superstars. Well, if that is something that you'd be interested in, then I have a process that I've developed over the years that has helped me enroll over 1,000 people in multiple different opportunities, generating millions of dollars in sales online from many different streams of income. And if enough people would like me to share this, I would be happy to do so. Now, you can see on the screen right there, this is a process that I've developed over the years, that we that I've that you can see, just that. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Then that you can see on the screen, and I call it the high touch, high tech, high profits process. And this is the networking superstar system. It takes all of the pieces from the high touch, which is the personal connection, it's the relationship building, it's the social media systems, so you can put the pieces of the puzzle together. So when you sit down in front of your computer and you get onto social media, you have an exact process. So you know how to take cold leads and generate cold leads, how to warm them up, and then turn them into sales or signups for your business. So that is the high touch part of the process. Now, the high tech part of the process is the automation. It's the leverage. It's the thing that gives you your time back. It's the automated processes, the automated sales systems that allow you to leverage technology to be able to build your business. And then we also have the high profits, which is the multiple streams of income. But many people make a big mistake when it comes to multiple streams of income. And again, I'll share that with you. But you can see on the screen, there's a lot of different pieces of the puzzle, and they're in a specific order, a very specific process, that I'm going to be sharing with you. So I just wanted to check who is with us right now. I did not announce this very much, so I'm going to stop the sharing of the screen, and I'm just going to ask who here is on the call right now, and where are you calling in from? Where are you dialing in from? Where are you watching from? If you remember from last time, I asked you if you could go to streamyard.com/Facebook, streamyard.com/Facebook. I didn't announce this in the group today, so I'm probably going to get a lot of Facebook users, so I'm not going to be able to see your names. Yeah, if you could just just type in your name if you let me know, or if you want to go to streamyard.com/Facebook, you will be able to give permission, so I'll be able to get your name and I'll be able to see who it is. Hello, John. Good to see you. Hello, Dave from Utah. I can see somebody from Ohio, which is brilliant. All right, so I've got a few things I want to share with you today. We're going to do a few games again, like we did last time, or mini contests. And there's a few things that we have on offer, and I'll tell you what they're going to be in a second. One other thing I'm going to say is, I'm just reading your comments. Hello, Teresa. Good to see you. And Stewie. Okay, we've got Facebook user from UK. So again, I won't be able to see everybody's names. All right. Just let me know if you're watching this live. Just type in the number 1. And if you're watching this on replay, type in the number 2. And again, it just helps when I go back through the Facebook Live later, and I'll be able to see exactly who was here live and who was watching on replay. And it just helps with the reach and to understand those metrics. So type in 1 if you're live, type in 2 if you. Hello, Shelley. Good to see you. Fantastic that you are here. Okay, so what are the prizes today? Well, there are 3 prizes, and I'm very excited to be sharing those with you. Number 1 is by Kimberly Olson. You're going to be hearing from her tomorrow. It's going to be an incredibly powerful interview, but she is offering a book, her own book that she's written. It's called Boss It Up Babe book, the Boss It Up Babe book. And it's the complete guide to crushing your personal brand, to owning your online space, and attracting your ideal avatar. Now, this is if it's called the Boss It Up Babe book, I know Kimberly's audience is mostly female. However, I strongly recommend this book as well to to anybody that's building an online business. So that is going to be one of the prizes. The second prize, if you have a Pinterest account, then this will be perfect for you, because if you watch Kim Ward's interview recently, a few days ago, then you'll have seen the power of Pinterest. So Kim is going to be offering an audit for your Pinterest account. So you'll have the opportunity to win that. And then today, you may have watched Brenda Edelman's interview about storytelling and how powerful storytelling is in business. So she's going to be offering a 40-minute one-on-one find your story call to help you find where your story is. So we're going to be going into details about that as well. So let me just ask you a couple of questions. We can see David says the gold digger girl. Yep, absolutely. That is Kimberly Ward. Teresa says that is amazing. She loves some Pinterest as well, which is fantastic. And David says Pinterest is new for me. Well, it was for me as well. So all good there. So I'm just going to ask you the question that I asked you last week. Which interviews have stood out for you the most so far? Just type in to the comments. Let me know which interviews have stood out the most for you so far. Which ones resonated? Which ones have you enjoyed? Which ones really stood out for you as the people that you probably are going to go back and watch again later? So as I mentioned last week again, is the more engagement you give now, so the more you reply back to me and talk with me, so on this Facebook Live, the more Facebook's going to go, oh yeah, he's interested in networking superstars, or she is interested in networking superstars. So the Facebook group, the Rise of the Networking Superstar, you're going to then see more content going forward on a regular basis, just because, as we said last time, you're probably in 50 to 100 groups. Most of us are, but we don't tend to see content from many of those groups. So by being active, by being engaged, you're going to be able to see more of the content. So David says John Melton. That's brilliant. Okay, and Brenda was awesome. Shelley, don't know how to present your story. Well, definitely take part in today's today's contest, because you may have a chance of winning that. Facebook user says Dr. Bob Clark, Chris and the couple. So Chris and Susan Beasley and Sarah. All right, excellent. You've got, she loved them all, Teresa says, but for sure, Kim Ward and Lindsay Sewell. David says Stacey Hall. I mean, to be honest, they have all been amazing, and I really enjoyed the process so far. I've really enjoyed speaking to everybody. We've got Robin Smith, Erin Birch, and Kate Higdon. The one about Pinterest, that was Kim Ward, repurposing content. Rena Zaharoff. We've got Bob Clark. We've got Stacey Hall and Brenda Edelman. Got to sit. Pinterest was the one of interest. Sherelle Slays. Yep, Sherelle's. All right, awesome. Great. Well, really good feedback. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit more about what a networking superstar is, because every single person that I've interviewed, I view them as networking superstars. And that's really where this whole process came in. And, over the years, I figured out that actually, somebody who's at the top of their game, there's really 5 core pillars that they focus on. And every single one of them that you'll have watched has these things in place. And that's what makes a networking superstar. And obviously, if I do decide to share the system and the process, which I'm not going to show you too much of here, because this is the full version of it, but if I do share the system and the process that I showed you a few minutes ago, where we put the pieces of the puzzle together, and I'll probably do that next week on like a webinar or a specific masterclass, then I'm going to show you how these pieces fit together. I don't want to give the game away too much yet with showing you how the pieces fit together, but you will learn more about that. So 5 core pillars, what are they? Well, every single person that I interviewed took massive action. They have honed in and perfected their mindset. They know who they are. They push themselves out of their comfort zone. They do things that is going to help them grow, that's going to develop them. They are masters of their mind, essentially. They are unstoppable entrepreneurs. And that they made a decision at some point to step up, to push themselves, and to become a leader that puts themselves out there where other people see them and they start to follow them. They start to listen to them. They start to pay attention to them. Then they start to join them. They start to buy from them, and they start to take advice from those people. So, the first quality is, if you want to become that person of, a six-figure online earner, you have to start to do things that are uncomfortable. You have to step into that leadership role and put yourself out there. So that is the first core pillar. The second, you'll have noticed that every single one of them has branded themselves. When I introduce them, I didn't introduce a company. I didn't introduce a network marketing business. I didn't say this person is part of this company. I talked about who they were, what they do, how they help people, what they focus on, what they specialize in, who they help. And that is personal branding. And again, you can do that. You can stand out from everybody else. you know Thousands and thousands and thousands of people probably in your company, and millions and millions and millions of people in network marketing. You have to step up, you have to stand out if you want to have a chance of competing with everybody else, and becoming better ultimately. The third pillar is, every single one of the people that I interviewed uses social media, but they don't just get onto social media and post randomly. They have a process, they have a strategy, they have a step-by-step system. So when they sit down in front of their computer, they know exactly what they're doing. They have a kind of a sales process in place. So they generate leads, they warm them up, and then they turn them into sales and signups in their business. And then they get duplication from that. So social media is essential. So that's the third core pillar. The fourth core pillar is automation and technology. It's being able to leverage your time, being able to set up systems that allow you to take time off whenever you want to travel the world, to spend time with the people that you love, to do the things that you want to do whenever you want to do them. And it's being able to make money on autopilot essentially, but it's allowing you to reach more people. Things like autoresponders, like Diane talked about, and messages where you're able to communicate with many people at the same time. So technology is incredibly powerful, and that's going to be the fourth pillar. And then the fifth pillar, every single one of them has multiple streams of income. So if anything ever happens to their primary company, maybe they fall out of love with it, they decide that they have an argument with their upline and they don't want to be part of the company anymore, or the company goes bust and it isn't around any longer, they've got something to back it up with. They just switch their opportunity on the back end. But multiple streams of income, it's not about having multiple network marketing businesses. It's about having multiple things to offer your people to help them solve the problems that they've got. So those are the core pillars of what a networking superstar is. And that's what the rise of the networking superstar is. And essentially, you're watching this right now. Depends where you're at in your business. You might have just started the journey. This is your journey to freedom ultimately. You are a rising superstar. You are rising. You're improving yourself by listening to the information, by absorbing it, by seeing the possibilities of what's out there, what you can do, and the different areas and elements that you can put together. So again, I'm really excited to be going to be hopefully going to share this with you in more detail to show you how to put those pieces of the puzzle together. So obviously pay close attention to that. So let's have a look. David, you are awesome with your note taking and sharing there. So David's just put the 5 pillars. Massive actions show up daily. So yeah, so that's leadership essentially, is to become that leader. But you don't wait for somebody to say you're a leader. You just step into that role, the role of that CEO, the action taker, the person that excites people, that inspires people. Then the second is brand thyself. Love that. Third, intentional with social media. Fourth is automation and technology. And then the fifth is multiple streams of income. Thank you for sharing. Very good. We've got Robin Smith here. Nancy says was great. You really enjoyed that. And we've got Vessi. Good to see you, Vessi. Lindsay, Dr. Bob Clark, Mark Harbert, Matt Richards, and others. So many ways to build, David says. All right. So I've got a couple of announcements. I'm just going to share my screen again, and we're only going to go for about another 10 minutes or so. I don't want to keep too much of your time because I know you've got interviews to watch, you've got other things to do, you've got to build your own business as well. So I'm just going to share my screen very, very quickly. If you are a VIP and hold a VIP pass, then I did send you out the login details. Can I just get if you are a VIP, did you receive the login details? And just let me know in the comments quickly as well, just if you did or if you didn't, because you can log in now. And in the back office here, you can see the week 1 interviews are all here. Then the week 2 interviews are going to be coming on Sunday. The MP3s are coming. There is the instant Facebook engagement uh, kit here with 665 done for you engagement posts to help you get more engagement on Facebook and social media. Then there's the Magic of Messenger mini course that I have laid out here. But as you can see, let's just go to Erin's interview here. So you can see here, everything's in the back office. This is not going to expire, so the videos are all here, the interviews are here, and you'll be able to access them. They've got all the freebies in here as well, the links to the social media channels, so you'll be able to go through there. And yeah, so if you haven't got the VIP pass, it's absolutely fine. I am going to show you how to get one more time just before we move on. And you can go to contentconvo.com/VIP dash offer. Maybe just take a screenshot of this now, or you'll see this. You'll have seen this page a million times already. So it's currently $67. The price will be increasing to $97 at the end of the series. So on Sunday, the price is going to go up to $97 for anybody that wants to buy that. So if you wanted to pick it up now, or over the next couple of days, you can do, as I said, $67 to do that. So contentconvoconvert.com/VIP dash offer. You don't have to. This is a free series, but you do get 24 hours to watch the videos. If you don't get to watch them, they do get put into the back office and vault. If you've got any questions at all, and I've mentioned this a few times, but rather than asking me in Facebook or in Messenger, could you please email support@networkingsuperstars.com? And my support team will be able to take care of that. It will either be me jumping in if it's a personal message, or it will be my support team that will help, depending on when you send it. But that will be a really good way to get support, and it makes sure that things don't fall through the cracks. So support@networkingsuperstars.com. All right, let's have a quick look. Okay, excellent. So Facebook user, apologies, I can't see your name. For some reason, it hasn't come up again. It says, yes, you have received it. Teresa says, yes, you have received it. VIP. Stewie says, yes. Nancy says, yes, she has, but she hasn't logged in yet. No worries. Melina says, received. Such a good deal. Absolutely. All right. So let's just double check if there's anything else I wanted to talk to you about. Okay, let's go into the prizes, and we'll run through this. And again, the purpose really of this call was to explain what I was talking about before and find out who'd be interested in how you put all the pieces of the puzzle together with the Networking Superstar system. So I'll be going back through and having a look who'd said yes earlier, because there is a lot of information, isn't there? And it's a case of, how do you streamline your business so you can get the most from it, so you can make the most money in the least amount of time and have more time to go and enjoy yourself, because you're not just sitting here on the computer because that's what you want to do. More than likely, you're building a business because of what it's going to give you, which is that freedom, time freedom, to do the things that you want to do when you want to do them with whoever you want to do them with. Okay, so contest. So this is for the Boss It Up Babe book by Kimberly Olson, the complete guide to crushing your personal brand, owning your online space, and attracting your ideal avatar. So it's going to be very easy to win, or at least have a chance of winning. So the first thing is, you've probably already done it, but tell me what has been your biggest takeaway so far from the series. What stood out to you the most? You've already told me which speakers you've enjoyed, which interviews you've loved, but tell me what your biggest takeaway has been, and what are you going to do differently in your business now you've heard some of the knowledge and the information, and you've absorbed it, you've taken the ideas and you've put it together, and now you're going to go, right, that resonated with me. I'm going to do that. I'm going to focus on that. That's going to be something different going forward in 2023. So let me know what your biggest takeaway has been so far. I'll give you a minute or two to to share that. No, thank you for showing up, David. That's half the challenge is showing up, isn't it? So you know you're here, you're excited, and that's brilliant. Um, Melina said interested in seeing how all the pieces of the puzzle fit together. We've got David saying texting in volume. I think you mean like messaging people one to many, essentially, rather than just one to one. Both work well, but it does allow you to reach many more people there. So messaging in volume, I would say probably there. And then Vessi had said, have to make videos and have an email list. Email lists are huge when you really think about it, because social media is great, but the problem is if one of the platforms goes down, if something happens to it, what's going to happen to your audience? Where are your people going to go? You're going to lose touch with them. So by having people on an email list, it doesn't matter what your platform is if something happens to it or not, because everybody's in a central location. And I've used email for this series, and it's been mostly focused on email. Everyone's been going to their email to check it, going to the email. In the past, I've done a lot of Facebook challenges, so people have been going to Facebook, but actually I don't own Facebook. I've got my group, but if I lost my profile or my group, I would have nothing. So by building that email list, it's an incredibly powerful, high leveraged process. Who else have we got here? So selling from your comfort zone. Yeah, that was a very different way of thinking about things, wasn't it? And really great how Stacey was talking about that. How to use Pinterest. We'll start using it going forward. Yep, a lot of leverage in Pinterest from what we heard from Kim, which was great. We've got being authentic in storytelling and being yourself and standing out from the crowd and sharing your vulnerabilities, sharing the things that make you different to other people as well. Let's have a look here. We've got some researching and learning a lot, but my biggest takeaway is I know what I need to be doing, and I need to stop trying to find more knowledge and just get to work. I need to do the things starting with branding, avatar, content plans, etc. I think the phrase is just do it. Brilliant, really great takeaway there. Mindset and consistency. Consistency is a big one. It really is. The more you show up on a daily basis, even if it's once a day for a few hours, a few minutes, even if it's 3 times a week, but it's consistent. It's like, oh yeah, Teresa's coming. She's going to be here on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's if you can be consistent. This consistency is key, and that comes down to leadership. Ultimately, it comes down to becoming an unstoppable entrepreneur, which is the core pillar number one. It's the mindset, it's the leadership, it's the stepping up to be and own your own business. Maria, hello, Maria. Good to see you. Make sure you have an automated system to take your business to the next level. That is really, really powerful. So pillar number 4 is the automation side of things, the leverage. And I know you're working on your branding now as well. So I'm excited to hear more about how you're getting on with that. We've got knowing your avatar and the needs, and yes, an email list. Yeah, knowing your avatar. Yeah, you need to know who you're speaking to ultimately. If you market to everybody, you market to nobody. So knowing exactly who it is. John says, biggest takeaway is from a combination of the speakers, and that is to step up and become the leader that you need to be for your team and for yourself. So that is core pillar number 1. Brilliant, John. Thank you for that. And you, without doubt, are in that place now to be able to do that, to be able to take ownership. And something happens inside of us when we decide to do that, when we decide to commit fully and go all in and become the leader that you were born to be. Because you can influence a lot of people, you can impact and make a lot of difference in the world that way as well. Shelley says, how to get into video and be unique with my story to brand myself and be memorable. I'll come back to the others in a second. So some great takeaways. So I'll be going through and having a look at which ones I think are, which transfer, who's had the most transformation, and I'll be selecting somebody for the Boss It Up Babe book. Okay, so the second thing, really, really easy, and I'll read a couple more of the takeaways out in a second. But the second thing is to win a Pinterest audit, value of $200 by Kim Ward. She will audit your Pinterest account. Now, if you don't have a Pinterest account, don't take part in this, otherwise it's kind of pointless. If you are thinking of using Pinterest and you'd like to kind of potentially use this in the future, then obviously do take part in this. So in order to take part is really, really simple. Just type in the words Pinterest audit, Pinterest audit into the comments. If you'd like to have a chance of winning the Pinterest audit by Kim Ward, just type in the words Pinterest audit into the comments, and then we will select somebody from there to win the prize. And whilst you're doing that, I'm just going to go back through here. So Shelley said, how to get into video and how to be unique with my story, to brand myself, to be memorable. Nancy said, done is better than perfect. Yes, love that one. Such a powerful phrase. Stewie says, I must brand myself, move out of my comfort zone, do more content for all. I need to do videos. Pinterest. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things. And I don't know if you remember when I talked about the process of the one focus, where you've got one opportunity, you've got one traffic method, you've got one system with one, and you focus on that for 1 year. You can make a lot of progress by just focusing in one place. And again, we'll be talking about that when I share more about the Networking Superstar system, but we'll be talking about that then. David says, these takeaways are so helpful. Yeah, sometimes a little bit of a recap's really useful, isn't it? Okay, so we've got quite a few Pinterest audits here. So again, last chance. If you'd like to have a chance of winning a Pinterest audit by Kim Ward, just type in the word Pinterest audit, and we will choose somebody from there. Okay, and then finally we'll go with the contest number 3, which is a 40-minute one-on-one story activation or find your story call with Brenda Edelman, who many of you will have heard from on today's interview, or one of today's interviews. So we're going to do exactly the same as what we did last week. And that is that I'm going to write down a number. It's not going to be the same one as last week. It's going to be between 1 and 1,000. So I'm going to write down a number on a piece of paper between 1 and 1,000, and I want you to guess what it is and type it into the chat. The closest to mine without going over will win. Okay, and this is something we can probably find the winner right now. So I am going to write down a number. You're going to, between 1 and 1,000, you're going to type in what you think I'm writing down here. Okay, so let me think of one. Okay, I've written down the number, so I'm going to, so if you're under mine, you're going to have a good chance of winning. All right, so we've got, I'll give you a couple of minutes for this. We've got John Spain says 642. Nancy says 842. Facebook user 554. We've got Raina 888. We've got a 548. We've got a 365. We've got a 545. We've got a 125. 500. We've got a 111. We've got a 246. I'm going to go for another 30 seconds on this one. All right, I'm just having a look to see who I think is the winner so far. Oh, David, that was a great takeaway. That one is create more than you consume. Yeah, very difficult to do, but very powerful if you can do that. Even if you create more, I mean, watch a video and then create something from that, whether it's a written post, a video post, but take the information that you've learned and then teach it back to others. And we talked about last week too. Um, to teach something is to learn it twice. So you learn something, then you share it, then you teach it. That helps you learn it multiple times. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. So my number is, apologies if you haven't had a chance to do this, but we are going to go with the number being 311. So I think, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think it's Teresa for this one. She had 246. So anyone else got closer to 311 but under it that I missed? No, I think that is Teresa. So you will win the story activation or find your story call with Brenda Edelman. So exciting times ahead. Teresa, can you send me a private message through Facebook just to let me know that you've won that one? And then with the Pinterest audit, I will let you know tomorrow who the winner is. And I'll also let you know who the winner of Kimberly Olson's book is tomorrow as well. All right. So, all right, no worries. Absolutely fine. So we've been 30 minutes. Thank you so much for showing up here, whether you're live or whether you're watching on replay. I greatly appreciate it. We've got, I think, 4 days left now. So watch as many of the videos as you can. If you need to speed them up to get through them, do it. If you got the replay, great. If you haven't, as I said, you can go to contentconvert.com/VIP offer and purchase the VIP access all pass, where you'll be able to get access to the interviews for as long as you want to. That it will be in the back office indefinitely. And that is it. So I'll let you know more about the masterclass that I'm going to be putting on probably next week. It'll be a webinar. It'll be a 60-minute probably, where I'll be showing you how everything fits together. And I'm looking forward to that. So you can kind of, we can start to implement and integrate everything that you've learned so far. And thank you, Teresa. Thank you, John. Thank you, Rena. All right. Have a great rest of the day, and I will speak to you soon. All right. Take care. Bye for now.